So today we are going to turn this into a noisemaker, Boo Blaster. Hey, it's Nia and a Lady B, and as you've seen, Halloween is on its way, and we're going to make today something completely different than we normally do. We're going to do the noisemaker or Boo Blaster. As you can see, I'm wearing an appropriate Halloween-y type hat. And if you want to come along and join us, then you can join us by watching this video, and we'll show you how to make the said noisemaker stroke a Boo Blaster, and just either do it for Halloween or to be a complete nuisance throughout the rest of the year. Entirely up to you. But yeah, if you want to join us, join us. You wanna? Okay, so I'll talk you through what we've got. We've got a 12-volt drill. Cheap, I think this was like 20 quid, something like that. And then you've got the air horn, 12-volt air horn, and a thick cable tie. We will be using more cable ties probably, but I use a small thin one, just have the one thick one for being able to attach the horn to the drill. You can use 18 volt, but the horn is for 12 volt. And it's not going to sound as good. It's going to be a little bit less loud. It's not going to sound as so this is why we use the 12 volt. I find you get the better sound with it, and you can vary your sound as well. Let me show you on the other one. Now you can vary, got a bit more control with the trigger. So that's why we use the 12 volt. So first thing we've got to do is get some screwdrivers, undo this, and as you can see, the casing comes in two halves. We're going to remove the one half so we can actually get to the gubbins inside, because we don't need most of the gubbins inside. In total we've got 6 screws that need to come out. We'll just take these out. There's 2 clips in this particular one that are holding the 2 casings together, so we just remove those, and then we very carefully split these apart. So there we've got the gubbins. Now we don't need this bit, so we will gently pull that up, and where it attaches to the motor, we'll just snip them off like one. Oh, and 2. That bit comes off. Oh, and you can use that for another prop or something else. We'll put that over there. That's not overly important. We don't need that. You can keep it in if you want, but it doesn't really make that much difference. We're also going to remove the reverse switch, which is this bit here. These are a little bit of a bugger to get out, but I just got to get it up and over that. Like so. And these two cables will just strip a bit. Strip it a bit more successfully than that. As such, we'll just strip this a little bit better. Like so. The reason we take the reverse switch out is because when it all goes back together, I'm actually going to put this thick cable tie through there to strap and hold on what we need. Then what we're going to do is very quickly just put this back together. He says, joining everything up that we need to. Hold on. Right, so we know we've got that. That's still working. Spring trigger, which is fine. So give us a variable. There you see, we've got that. We don't really need that in. You can put it in if you want, but we don't have to have it in. Probably won't get it in anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to take that out because what we've got to do now is cut some of this away. So we take out the horn. In with the horn, you get these little fly leads, which will attach to the back of the horn, and these two leads, red and black, correspond. If you're doing this, you probably already guessed already where it's going. Very simple. Very simple. So yeah, there's the horn. And all we need to do is really measure up on this as to where and how it's going to sit. And obviously, depending on what type of drill you've got and what type of horn you've got, depends on how you're going to cut this now and how it sits. So obviously, I need to decide whether or not I'm going to cut this big block of plastic off, because that's only if I was using it in a car, I'd screw it up. Well, I'm not going to screw it there. We're going to cable tie it, so probably don't need that. So I'm going to cut that away and literally have it butted right up to there as such. So what I'm probably going to do, looking at that, is cut the whole thing from the side. So I'm probably, well, it was going to fall then, probably going to literally cut all the way down there to this point here and cut that bit there, if that makes sense. So I've got that butted up to the edge there. I'm literally going to cut from there down and then halfway along for this to sit in. I may have to do a little bit more rejigging. It's been a long time since I made that one, so, and I'm not quite sure if this was exactly the same drill or not. But yeah, so what I'll do, I'll cut this and then when I've done it, I'll come back and tell you. Now I know I'm using the completely wrong saw for this, but that's because I'm an idiot and I couldn't be bothered to get my other saw out, but that's what we're going for. And just a very quick, I mean, this saw works, as you can see. You just have to be a bit careful so you don't cut yourself. And as you can see, once we fit those two together there, might need to give it a little bit of sand in, and hopefully the horn will fit in there. If not, we'll just have to take this back piece off. What I've done is I've just used these lines that are on the back just to guide me, and it doesn't have to look pretty because it's going to be in the dark, no one's going to see it, and you can tape it up as well, so it doesn't have to be pretty. So we've cut these bits off, made a couple of adjustments. So as you can see, the horn fits in there reasonably well. And I've just put that fly lead on there on the negative. These are marked up with a plus and a minus, positive and negative. And I can either have it there, or I can cut one of these little nubules off. Basically, it's just take that screw out and chop the bit of plastic off, and it'll fit anywhere around down there if I need to move it. Give it a little bit of adjustment, but we will see. I think that will actually be okay. And you can see that coming together. We'll put the cable tie through that little hole and pop that on there. But before we do that, all I'm going to do is a little bit of sandpaper, and just where I've cut this with a saw, just give these a little bit of a sanding just to smooth them off, just so it doesn't jag anybody who might be using it. Doesn't need too much. Just literally, like I say, take these little bits of non-jaggy plastic, and with the other one that I did actually take this back piece completely off, but I decided not to with this one because I didn't like how it was exposed before. It's just nice just to have that on as a back. Now all I need to do is pop the gubbins back in, and then we'll get to fitting this bit up. So we've got the key, the trigger switch back in. Obviously, make sure if you've got your reverse and front, because if you have it in the middle, you're not going to be able to pull your trigger down. So it doesn't really matter which way this goes, as long as you can squeeze your trigger in. That's all that matters. Obviously, make sure your cables are in the right spot. And then all we need to do is clip this back together. He says, I'm losing my light as well, as you can probably tell on the difference of the video. Plus I'm blind as a bat. Well, I'll go back together, he says. There we go. So back together like that. We pop in our pins. I think they're both the same. Yep. We got the one at the front, the one at the back. And they literally sliding like so. And twat it down. Whereas it's flush, that one's not quite flush. There we go, that's flush now. If in doubt, give it a twat. And then we'll pop the screws back in. Obviously we're not going to put all of them back in because we've got all the holes. Pop these back in like so. One there. screw them down. We've got 4 screws this time to go back in. And I'm going to make you watch me put in all 4 in. This will just make the video a little bit longer for you. And you can see that I'm actually doing it and I'm not giving it to somebody else to do, because Lady B is actually holding the camera for me. I've just realised. There. So that's all in. We've got our trigger working. If there was an issue, you can still obviously get it from there, which is good. Now we've just got to connect our leads up. What I'm going to do first is just get the other fly lead, which is there. Now these ones already come pre-cut, which isn't too bad, but they don't give you enough. So I'm going to make it a little bit longer. As such, just literally join them two together. Now you can solder them. Obviously, I haven't got a soldering iron set up at the moment. I have got one, but I just haven't got it set up at the moment. So I'm not going to solder these. You haven't really got to. Just obviously remember to be a bit gentle with it when you have to. It'd been easier if I'd have just done that. Attach the negative to the negative. Twist them both together. I suppose you could use chocolate block or something like that, or some other connectors, or even a bit of hot glue, to be honest. Just to put them together. And then all I'm going to do is give it a quick test, just to make sure that we're all right. And we've got sound before I end up doing anything else. Make sure our positive is on the positive, our negative is being negative, and then I shall take my battery, put my battery in the bottom, hope it fits. Yes, it does. And oh yeah, sorry, I made you jump there. But yeah, it works, and our light works. So that's all good. So now, oh, he's wrecking the joints already. I'll have to get somebody to fix this. Job I don't know what I'm doing. Unplug them. Tighten them up together. And this is why really you should solder them, just in case you get some plonker like me that drops the thing. Once it goes together, he's undone it now. He's gone the opposite way to what he did a minute ago. And trust it to be filming. But yeah, at least you get to see all the mistakes. Not that I want you to. Now I'm going to do is put a little bit of electrical tape around those two connections. And unfortunately, the only tape I've got is a little bit of earth tape, but that's fine. No issues using whatever tape you want. I'm using earth tape because that's what I've got. Just going to wrap that round like so. Around the negative again, like so. And I'm sure there's probably lots of sparkies out there, maybe, or people out there, DIYers, whatever, that are looking going, bloody hell, we made a right mess of that. But it doesn't matter. As long as it works, it doesn't matter. And it's going to work what I'm going to do, just to stop any stress on the two, just going to join these together as well. I shouldn't really need to, and then I'm just going to pop that under there, just on that. You can see it there. It doesn't. In fact, no, I'm not. I'm going to shove it. Yeah, it can stay there. Doesn't really matter. I was just looking at where is it going to block where I'm going to put my cable tie, but it won't block that, so that's fine. Pull these out. And then the fun fiddly bit, so we get our cable tie. Push our cable tie through there. And make sure that we're connecting the positive plus. So you can see that there, and there is a plus and there is a negative there. You might be able to see it on camera, you might not, but it is there. Make sure you get the right ones. There's me. Positive plus red and negative minus black. All into there. Nice and secure, nice and tight. Push my cables down a bit. Doesn't overly matter if they're not perfect. This whole thing isn't perfect, and it doesn't have to be perfect. That's the beauty of it. And then, like we say, we just pop our cable tie around, start to clamp it up. Now, I'm not going to do it all the way just yet, because I just want to make sure that I'm getting this seated as close as I can to there, which I can. I'm happy with that. So it's a bit fiddly. I'm happy with that point there. Actually, just going to twist that a little bit. So I like that. Push that cable tie there, and then I'm going to clamp it down as tight as I can. I'm going to put this bit here rather than on the top or anywhere else. Make sure that's nice and tight. And obviously cut this bit off, again using the wrong thing, but it's okay. A little bit of sandpaper just around those cuts off, just so we don't hurt ourselves and nobody else will hurt themselves, unless I make it really sharp. And there we go. Basically a Boo Blaster. Now obviously with the other one I've got some tape around it. You can obviously put tape around that. That's moved and wobbled, so that's why we put another cable tie around. And once obviously you've got your tape as well, that's going to stay in place. But yeah, basically that is the build. And what I will do is I'm going to tighten this bit up just that little bit more there. You probably heard that little click. I don't know if you did, but if you didn't, it was there. That's moved quite considerably. She's still filming, so I'm going to have to try and make out that this is exactly how it's supposed to be going, but it's not, so it's kind of ruined the whole thing. I haven't got another one of these cable ties, so that's really annoying. For some reason, that's jumped out. And I don't know why. Oh, I see why. I see why. So we've got inside here just a very little rib, which is just catching. And I didn't notice it before when I pushed the whole thing up. Doesn't really make any difference. It's not going to make any difference to the build or any of that. All I will do is basically get my tape, get another cable tie around the front, another cable tie on the back. So yeah, after a little bit of to-ing and fro-ing and pushing and pulling, I managed to get that seated as close as I could, and again over that little annoying rib that was there. I was going to take it all to pieces and sand the rib off, but it's not that important. So I've got my other cable tie now. I'm just going to thread that cable tie through. It's quite a long cable tie. I didn't need one that long. I'll put it in the wrong way around. There we go. That's the right way around. Put this one here. This isn't a big thick one. This is a nice thin one. This will just keep the back nice and tight. And again, as close as we can in there. Another snip off there. Another quick sand. So we don't catch ourselves. You don't have to do that, but I just don't like catching myself on the hard, sharp plastics. As you can see, that's now with 2 cable ties. That's not going anywhere. That's quite solid. Again, you can put tape on if you want. You don't have to put tape on. I'm going to put some tape on. We've just got some thick black duct tape, not masking tape, waterproof duct tape, just to put over. Quite a wide one. And again, it doesn't have to be pretty, so it won't be. I'll put one piece on the back here, like that, just going around my back there, up to here. You can do this. I'm just going to cut this bit down like that, so it goes, it just fits nice. Like I said, it doesn't have to be pretty, because this one's certainly not. And then another piece just over the top. I'm only going to use black so as it's not noticed as much. Not seen, hides in the dark. And just pop that over like so. Covers over the silver. Stick it down, smooth it out. I'm just going to put another piece, just a small piece, over there. Haven't got to, don't really need to, but I want to, just to cover that little gap that's there. Like so. And you can take as much time or no time at all, as I keep saying. It doesn't have to be pretty. Little snip there. And it's just to flatten that bit down. And yeah, again, with this, you can either spray it, leave it red. You can buy black ones, you can buy chrome ones, you can buy the red plastic. I'm going to leave this one with red. I've got that one over there that was red. And I put some black tape on it. Again, you can put some black tape on, like I say, or you can obviously spray paint it. And we'll pop this baby back in and give it a test. Jumped again. There we go. One Boo Blaster noisemaker, be an irritating git, and go and make one of these. If you like what you see, enjoy your Halloween, give us a comment, give us a like, subscribe to the channel, all the usuals for the YouTube's algorithm, and I will say thank you very much, and thank you to Lady B for doing the video. Thank you very much. Thumbs up and a wave, indeedy. And again, thank you all for watching. Thank you for giving the old clickety click on the video. It is much appreciated. As I've said, have a good but safe Halloween, and thanks again. Be seeing you.